Okay, hey guys. Bad day to be on the internet for an Angels fan. I don't know why I have this jersey, but I'll just use it for the thumbnail. Okay, so where do I go with this video? Congratulations, Dodger fans. Whoa, that is weird to say. It's been a while for you guys. You guys can finally actually talk shit, justifiably, because you guys have a championship, and we can actually finally shut up. As far as Dodger players, you know, Kershaw, it's actually amazing that Kershaw got a championship. Bellinger, they're all great people. All the Dodgers players, I mean, are great people, and it's good that they got to actually shove it in the Astros' faces. You know, they pretty much got robbed of 2 championships. So, you know, there's a few things that I need to talk about that I've been seeing kind of on the internet and stuff. And the first one is that this isn't a real ring. That is just pissing me off. Why? Because there's no fans. But the thing is, every team gets no fans. So I really don't get that argument. Well, no little fans, okay? Sorry. I just don't get the argument behind this ring doesn't count. And as it's actually the opposite, that this ring actually counts more than the previous rings, because the Astros and Red Sox cheated. The Astros got a huge punishment. The Red Sox didn't really get a punishment just because the MLB didn't want to have another cheater as a champion, or they didn't want to be in a bad light or whatever. But yeah, Dodgers for sure, obviously fair championship. They deserve it more than any other team, because this whole decade they've won the division, and you know, they actually have a championship. And if anything, this ring is a little harder because, you know, we all knew even if the season was 162 games, they would have won the division. And they had to play an extra series in the playoffs. So they had one extra series to play in the playoffs to get to the World Series. So if anything, to me, it's a little more worthy of a championship. And this is the whole decade of winning the division combined to one championship. So it probably means a ton to them, as it should. Nobody should be out here saying it's a fake championship. That's just salty fans, to be honest. It really is. And I have, you know, fans of this channel. There's actually quite a few Dodger fans of this channel. For you guys, congrats. I have, you know, a few family members that are Dodger fans, and, you know, congrats to them. But honestly, generally the fan base, you know, I'm not happy they won the ring, because it was last season that they ran over Kershaw's jersey. Imagine us running over Trout's jersey. That's kind of what I see it. Or maybe us running over Rendon's jersey or something like that. It's just absurd what the general fan base is like. What else do? They always blame Dave Roberts for everything. I'm happy that Dave Roberts finally got a ring, because I never really saw anything terrible that he did. He's just generally he generally makes bad decisions in the clutch, but honestly, I don't see any other manager. At the end of the day, it's a team playing. But this was a difference this game. This was the craziest, worst decision I've ever seen by Kevin Cash, Rays manager. I've never really seen a decision where it was just straight up the manager cost the game. But literally, the manager cost the game. Blake Snell gave up a bloop single in the 6th. The second hit, I believe he gave up. He was near perfect against an all-star lineup till the 6th. And then Kevin Cash brings him out of the game because he gave up a bloop single. Probably the stupidest thing I've seen in any coaching decision ever. You know, anyone could have been smarter than that. I guess whatever statistics he was looking at, it was just absurd. You know, I'm a huge fan of stats, but he was just being dumb, because it was so obvious that Blake Snell was having the game of his life. And I feel incredibly bad for Blake Snell. And then obviously immediately everyone thought it was a bad decision even before the Dodgers scored. And then of course the Dodgers scored 2 runs after that. Probably the worst decision, worst managing decision in MLB history, at least, you know, in this generation. Blake Snell, I mean, we're in Game 7, I believe. I think Blake Snell is going for a complete game, honestly. And I believe the top of the order that they were going to, Blake Snell had them 0 for 6 or 0 for 8, the first 4 batters with, I believe he had the first 4 batters 0 for 8 with 7 or something strikeouts. So it made no sense. You know, it's pretty clear it made no sense whatever Kevin Cash was doing. At the end of the day, you know, it is sports. I've had seen the Lakers and Dodgers both win this year, which is like the worst case scenario for me, honestly. Well, no, the Astros are the worst case scenario, but this is pretty close. But honestly, it is sports, and I don't even mind the Lakers and Dodgers winning at all. If November 3rd goes the way I want it to go, I could really care less. Because this year, generally, this championships, seeing them win doesn't hurt as much, because this year is just too like a real life and like a real world problems, where it's kind of like sports was a great distraction. I'm very grateful for that. But it's weird because I don't care as much for the teams that won this year. They deserve a 100% championship, but like, my point is that like I made some videos, and like if November 3rd goes the way I want it to go, I could care less what happens here. But yeah, let's just bring it next season. I'm hoping for what's his face, Trevor Bauer. I will be so happy if Trevor Bauer is an Angels, because not only is he a Cy Young, which we need, he is a vlogger. He vlogged MLB games this season. That's what I did. So I'm looking forward to the off season. I will be so happy if we get Trevor Bauer. You know, we gotta respond for ourselves, man. Oh yeah, one more thing. Oh my god, this is the most annoying thing, and I almost forgot to mention it. There's so many people I know who are Angels, kind of like Angels fans. Well, let's have it here. Angels and Dodger fans. The stupidest concept in the world. Oh, we gotta represent the West Coast. You know, I'm an Angels fan, but I'm going to Dodgers because, you know, we gotta root the West Coast. Yankees fans aren't going like, oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for the Red Sox this year. You know, we're representing the East. They're representing the East Coast. I got them this year. Nobody does that. It's the stupidest thing. I'm seeing these Angels fans celebrating the Dodgers win the World Series. We're like rivals, and the Freeway Series. There's a reason we have this Freeway Series where the games kind of matter more, because we really want to beat them. And one of the big things I want the Angels to win a championship, I've wanted them to win before the Dodgers won. That was one of my big things, because I just think that would shut people up. But obviously the Dodgers won first. And Dodgers are one of my least favorite teams to vote for. Like, they're one of my least favorite teams. I'd never vote for them, obviously. But the people that say, I'm voting for the Angels and the Dodgers, it's so dumb. Because nobody votes for the Red Sox and the Yankees. Nobody goes, I'm a Yankees fan, but I'm also voting for the Mets. Nobody does that. It's not a thing that people do. And I don't want to see any, I'm an Angels fan, but I'm happy that the Dodgers won. I don't want to see any of that. If you're a Dodgers fan, be happy. If you're an Angels fan, be mad about it. That's how it's supposed to go. And with that being said, that is it. Thank you guys for watching. Let's go into the off season. I'm just really hoping that next season will be a regular season, full 162. Hoping that happens. And I appreciate you guys if you watched the whole thing. I will see you guys next video. Peace.